Okay, so make we start back right from where we drop off. So if you'd remember, we don't finish the whole process, right? The flow, right, for the backend. So now what we want to do now to try implement everything we'll do for the backend inside the front end. So make we come back to this our flow design, right? So we get a logic gateway there. So this logic gate dey determine whether na home page im go take you to or na the landing page im go take you to. But regardless of which, right, if you get an account, right, e go take you come here. But if you no get an account, na here e go take you come. However, if for some reason e take you come here, you need to sign in if you get an account. So you put your email and password, e take you come here. But if you no get an account, you have to register. Then to register, you fill the form, then e take you to a screen wey we call confirmation screen. This confirmation screen na just to give you information say mail don dey sent to you, make you go check your email, right? Then you go to your email, which definitely go be an external source, right? So once you hit on that email, it take you back to sign in. But under the hood, you don't verify you. Then from here, it take you back here. So make we design now for the flow to get this thing. So if we come here, now wetin we dey see be this. So make we just take this to be our landing page, right? So if you never create an account, na here e go take you come. But if you get an account, maybe so inside there, make I just create, let's say, home, right? So inside this home, we will create page.txx. Then inside here, we will just do this. Come on. Okay. Man, this thing tell wetin dey sup now. Hit am again. I need this intelligence to come up. Okay, so since e no wan show, so make I just say const page is equals to then return. Okay, so say this na the home screen. Okay, so another thing I go want to, I might not need it yet, but now for me to just say import React from React. Of course, this React has to be capital letter. So we'll say export default, and that will be page. Okay, so now if I come here and I say slash home, home, we hit that, make it compile. The moment it compile, it will show us this. Okay, so why that one dey happen? Definitely we go need two things. We go need the register screen, we will need the sign in screen, right? So we need those two. Okay, so we dey see this, that they happen because of this our CSS. So to fix that, make I just comot this body. That one go fix that problem. Okay, so now wetin we go do na say inside here, I go come here, make I do something like this, say Auth, right? So that inside there I will get my register, and of course I will get my sign in as well. So these two. So inside this register now, I will do page again .txx. So just to avoid, make I just copy here, paste here, then come to my sign in, do the same thing. So inside here we go say this na register screen, and of course this one na sign in screen. Okay, makes sense. So now we don't design these two screen, right? So if I remove this home and do register, hit enter, we will see the register screen. So make we just do a very simple, UI, right? We go represent our signing. So I will just quickly remove this thing. So make us say class name. So inside is our class name. I will say width full, height to be screen, give and flex. I will say ITC and JUC. So that this guy go be center. But no see am now. So for here, I will just create a card, right? So make a do now. So we'll say class name. So inside that class name, I go say make the width be like maybe 400 px. Make we give am border and rounded md. What I fit do again? Make I give am a okay. So make I just do a mean height of let me say like maybe 300 px. So if I save, I suppose see this box here. You know bad. So make we write some stuff inside. So first thing first, na say okay, make I just give am p4, right? So that all my contents no go dey touch the border. So I go say padding, mo call am register screen. Okay. So it go make sense if we say we dey give this one uppercase text of let's say 12 px and make I say font of semi bold. Another thing what I go like to do na to give am a margin bottom of let me say 10. So if I do that, or you know but again make I remove this, then for here we'll do a div and I will just do hr. Then up here I will give am a class name, a class name of my10. So if we say we suppose see line we go run through, make sense like that, right? Then underneath here we'll come put that our form. So make we design the form now, or more put the form. So inside there I'll first put div. So for inside this div I go first call label. So make I say name. Okay. Then the next thing what I go do now to put input, right? So make I say class name go be, we'll say border rounded empty, h to be like 45 px, outline none, then px maybe 2. Okay, make we see how it appear. Okay, so starting appear not to make sense. So make we give here class name, so flex call. So if we save that, this guy will come down. So inside there make us say class name text to be 12px and font to be, let me say, semi bold. Okay, then make I just lift them up small, pull 1. Okay, no bad like that. So inside there I go give am placeholder to say enter your name. Okay, you know bad like this now. So I will give them a type of email. Sorry, this one will be text, right? Okay, so now we don't finish this. I feel for here we'll do maybe MB of maybe 4, so that I fit duplicate this side. So if I save am, straight I'll get here. Now, oops, straight I'll put here. So, oops. So here go be enter your name. So here go be email. Oops. So email. So here go be password. And so password. So makes sense like this, right? Okay, so lastly, the next thing we will put here na button. So we'll say register. Now make we style here. So class name go be make I do empty to be like, or rather ma do my to be like maybe 8. Okay, so flex ITC JUC width full, text white, BG black, rounded MD H maybe like 55px. What's that go look like? Okay, no bad. Now, so just under we put another div. So make we write something like don't, or rather already have an account. So already have an account. So here I will say link tag. Okay. So each ref to be, I need them to take me to sign in. So already have an account. So let's say sign in here. Make we save. So come here, do the same class name. So make we do empty. Oops. Now, so ma just change this to empty. So empty maybe 1, sorry, maybe 2. Text to be center, text to be 12px. Okay, not bad. Make I use 13. Okay, now we can do styling here. So class name I go say font semi bold, italic, yeah. Okay, makes sense like this now. So alright, so once you click here, it takes you to that place. Okay, so make I do Control A, Control C, come here, Control A, Control V. Makes sense. So inside here, we go comot this name, because now just email and password. Now you will need to sign in. So this one will be don't have an account, register here. So this register now we'll put here. Okay, then this one will be sign in. Makes sense. She said, now we don't design this one just by copying and pasting. So here will be sign in screen. So if I click here now, once it compile, it should take me to suppose take me to the sign in. So make I let and compile finish. Oops. So here they take me to, okay, good. So we did the sign in screen. So if I click here back, it take me to the register screen. So that's good. So now we need a page in between, and that page then will be the confirmation. So once you click here, right, so here will take us to that confirmation page. So make we create them inside here. So I will say confirmation, right? Then inside here we'll create a page.txx. So it's all right. Okay. .tsx. Okay. Okay. So this intelligence still the struggle, but no problem. I no waste time here. So again, we will say const page. So const page is equals to then return div. This is it. Then of course I will say export default page. Yeah. Okay. So now we get this, right? Okay, so make we remove this, just do this. So make us say card. Now for inside here, I'll call class name, and this one will take flex, width to be full, height to be screen, JUC, ITC, right? So it brings everything to the center. So make I just come out here and do confirmation. I don't spell rubbish. Okay. So once that one work, it's supposed to take me to this screen. So for here, we will design a card. So make we say class name. So we see this card here. So make we say class name day equals to this. So make I do width of like maybe 400 px, height of let me see 200 px. Of course I will say border rounded MD, and make our put padding 4 as well. So if we do that, we get this. So we all create 3 things. So make us say this now. So this one make we call them title. This now body, right? So just call them like that. So title and body. So class name. So make us say font bold, uppercase, MB maybe 10. So if we save that, we get this. Okay. So here we will say um, this is a confirmation that you created an account. So I can break it from here. So let's just break it. So please go check your email to verify this account. So save that, right? So that's definitely going to be the message that they would see, right? So let's say The title should be like account verification. Okay. Okay, so whenever or when anytime where you create an account, the message where you go get then go be this, right? So from sign in, you go just navigate to come this side. So once you see here, I think it go make sense, say make I put one button here, we go take you back to home screen, right? So make I just copy this, and for here I could just say maybe this one be main height. So here I'll call this like this. So then I'll just do maybe button. So here go be like go back home. So save that. But meanwhile, okay, make I just do the styling. So I will just use the same styling I used for that button. So text white px maybe 6 and py maybe 2, right? Text white bg black and rounded to be empty. So most has to be okay. Once that one show, we need to call a link tag. Okay, good. So link tag, we will put this here. Then inside is our link tag, we'll call our href. We will take us back to home screen. We'll save that. Okay, so beautiful. So this thing now we don't get. If I click here, suppose take me to this our home screen. Okay, good. Now when it take you here, we suppose see our header, right? Then we'll see sign in, right? Okay, so make we quickly do that. Now wetin we go do now, say I'll come inside here, create components, right? So inside this component I will create header.txx rfc. Come on, this one need to work now, not to dey delay my time. Hassle, you know what? This sleep. Okay, so for the header we'll create another. So make we just do okay, for this make I just do a div. So usually logo na dey dey here, nav go dey here, then maybe button go dey here. So at the moment we need the siam, right? How we go use siam? So make I come inside this my layout. So inside this layout, make I cut this. So I will just call div tag and paste this there. Then on top of them, we will call that our header. So yeah. Okay, so save that. Once we save and write, we will see our header there. Okay, so wetin we go do now na say make we start to work on the header wey we dey see here. So the first thing first na for me to come here, do class name, and I go say make the width dey full, make the height be maybe 70 px, then make e be flex and make e dey for center. Okay, now it's how I go want me to do. So this one will put this thing here. Makes sense like that. Then for here, and I think one thing what I suppose to, you know, today necessary, sure, but for me to just say border bottom, make a pull line for down. So it help us to gauge the size of our stuff. Okay, so for here now, I go say flex width to be like maybe 90%, not bad. Then I go say JUB, right? Space between, then ITC. So wetin that one go do, you go split this thing. Makes sense like this, right? So for here, I just want put if you don't sign it, make it just say welcome Peter, right? Something like that, right? Of course, our logo here will need touch here. Now this side now we go really touch. So which is here. So the first thing I go want to do now to say user if user ID equals to null, right? So make us say user can be null or an object, right? Okay, so yeah, we will say if there is user, right, make it show us that button. So make I come back to this my confirmation, just copy maybe this, then come here, paste, comma, paste. Okay, good. So rather than this one here, so I fit just say if there is user, wetin we go dey see now, log out. So the reason why this guy dey crash now because this our link tag no dey. So make it log out. If no user, make it log in. So this log in go dey take us to sign in, right? This break tag we no need am. We no need am. Okay, so makes sense like this one they take us to this, and of course because na sign out we wan do here, so this sign out will be like a function or so, right? Make us see wetin dey happen. Everything suppose dey fine now. Okay, so I feel this is good. So make I just do class name, make this text a little smaller. So we'll say text 12px, font to be semi bold. Okay, good, makes sense like that. Okay, so it seems our server don't shut down. Make I look our layout first. Save here. Okay. They refresh our server. They refresh our server. They refresh. Okay. Still compiling. So make I just close all the things I wanna say I no need again. I might still come back here, but for now, shall make I just close them because they obviously say I really might not need those things then. Okay. Now this one don't compile, so we will see our stuff here. So back to our logout. So if we get a user, right, we go see, sorry, if we no get a user, we will see this, and if you observe this side here, if you observe that side here, so there go take us to sign in. If I click on, we will see our sign in. Makes sense, right? Now so in a way, it no make sense say we dey see this for our sign in, right? Our sign in suppose just be only the card, right? So how we go use one? This one go dey kind of tricky but we dey. So make I come inside this our layout. So the first thing I go want do now to create a file. So make I just create a file. Make I call am main layout, right? .txx rasce. So inside here majorly, now there we go do fat Ctrl A, Ctrl C, Ctrl A, Ctrl V. Okay, so now here we go do some stuff. So the first thing I go want to now to make sure say this guy now client file. Okay, so more pay attention here because this thing can be fit confusing small. Then why inside here I go do some logic. But before I do that logic, this file here, make I just, we need to see anything, right? So make I just come here, make sure say this thing main layout. Okay, good like this. So save here. Then come inside this side here. So for inside here, I will just call that main layout. So make I bring them in. So if I save here, we'll see that LL, then this one and this one. But of course, I don't want to make this thing the here. So I go remove here. They see that LL, right? So I go remove here, right? But if I remove them, save here, we no get access to all this again. So wetin we go do first off na say we wan pass these children as props inside here. So I go say children will be equals to children. So these children here, I dey pass am as props inside here. So so this guy now gets access to this. Now inside there, before I save so that my code no go crash, I go create an interface. So I'll say interface, let me say I main, right? To be equals to, then call that children, which would be React node. Shit. So this would be from React node. Make sure say you import this React node. Then we will say make this component is a type of functional component. Then inside I go pass that main, right? Then deconstruct children out of it. Now we don't get access to these children. So I fit come inside here, remove and paste this header. So make we bring back that header here. So now if we save, come here, save, our code would be fine. This header need to run from here again. So make I remove it. So say now we see this. So we save this. So now we don dey here, and this thing now don be functional component. Make we see whether we fit get this thing. Now wetin we go do na say I go come here and say make I just say, make I call here part, use part, I think use part name, right? So if we do console log part and save, remember we dey client, so now here we fit see any console log we make. So if we do that, make I come here, so make I refresh here. So if we refresh beautiful. So you dey see say we dey see sign in because na there we dey, right? So make sense like that. So now we'll come write a logic, right? We go say, so we will say something like if part name is strictly equals to let's say sign in, or part name is strictly equals to register, let it return this. So let it return this, right? I think I should just call this so that I can put my else. So else, let it return, else let it return. So remember to call return and pass this, then we'll do this. So if we save, I think, yeah, everything should be fine. Yep. So we hit again. Now from here, now how will config use get go back to home? So inside this register here, that's like here. So make our count down, just put a p tag again and say go back home. Make us see. So if we save that, I won't see them down, right? I won't see them for down here. Yeah, so go back home. So make we style them. So I would say text to be like maybe 12px, italic, then font to be bold. Like we see. Okay, so that's good. Now, in fact, this p tag will put here. Make I just convert them to link tag. Okay, good. So link tag. Yeah, we'll put href home. So makes sense. So now I just copy here, then go to the sign in and apply the same thing. So anytime we'll click here, right, it will take us go back home. So if I come to sign in, I click here, it will take us back home. Makes sense like that, right? Good. So we come to sign in, we see this, we can do register, and so on and so forth. Now we don't finish everything. So now make we put in our function, we go register user. Yes. So inside register page wey be this, we need to do some things. The first thing I say here, we go say name to be, we could call am name. So make I just copy here, come here, call this one email, and of course the type I want make it be email. Then here we'll call this one password. Of course I can change the type to be password as well, so we save that. So inside this our button, make we give am a type of submit. So after we don do that, we'll come to this our form, then I go just say action. So now action I want use, form action I want use. So we just say create user. So this function never dey, make we create the function now. So we'll say const create that will be equals to, make I say async. Good. Of course I go call use server because na server side action I want to do. Then here I go say form data map to form data. Okay, so for here, make we first of all say const name to be equals to form data, we'll use get and we'll say name. Okay, yeah. So here just duplicate, this one will be email, this one will be password. Make acute sense like this. Sharp one, sharp acute sense. Okay, so the first thing I like to do now to make sure say we dey confirm say wetin we type we dey get this thing. So make I just say console log and name, comma, email, comma, password. Save that, right? Then make we test am here. So if I come here, now I say soccer, put this, come here, put this, and hit this. So we'll see the name, we'll see the email, and we'll see the password. Makes sense, right? Brilliant. So another thing what I would like do, because I no get too many accounts here, so I want to use this same Gmail where I use here. So make I drag the Gmail come this side. So the moment this Gmail load finish, um, I'll come back to that. So make we stay here back. So the next thing what I go do now say okay, we'll say await fetch. So we'll use our URL. So make I do backtick, right? And dollar sign. I think we use API slash local, right? Or na URL. So make I go my constant. Okay, na him, right? So URL, right? So we'll do slash API slash I think create. But then if we come here, we will see am well. Oops, yeah, so create makes sense. So now we don't do that. So wetin be the method? Na post method, right? And we'll define the headers for this thing we wan write. So this one will be content type application JSON, right? Then down here, the last one will be body. So our body should be this. Then we'll pass in name, email, and of course password. That's it. It is this simple. Now remember say this thing what we do here, right? um if we okay, so make we just do, we'll delete. So make I delete this account. No, I think we used this email. Wow, this guy is still loading. So let's wait for this to load. Come on, let me refresh it. So the network seems crazy. Come on, load. Rihanna. Oh, let me refresh the network again. While patiently wait for this. Network. Oh. So there's one problem we face here, but it will be fine. So let me see if it's still loading. Okay, so let me just go say gmail.com. Okay. Okay, so it should be fine. Okay, data now. So I said this is not the one I want. So we're going to use either of these two. Okay, so let me remove this, right? So let's try that out now. So if I should refresh here, so this I would remove from the database, because of course I'll be using that still. So let me come back here first. So drag this here, come here, copy this email. Okay, so moment of truth. So if, okay, so let me say the name is soccer. I use this email and let me maintain the same password. And I hit here. So if you look here, this is the response from the, I should have a response from the server as well, right? Um, so let me come down and check here. So let's refresh. So I should see email sent, right? Okay, still compiling and should be fine. Okay, yeah, so email sent now. Now, since it has worked on the back end side, it must work on the front end side. That's normal. So this is the one we just created. So this was the one we used for our test, right? And if you look at the time, right, this is it. So if we click here, we'd see the, what's it called now? The URL to register, to verify. Now, so this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So if I come here and I copy this, in fact, if I click here, right, it would verify, but it's responding to the back end, and that's not what we want. In fact, we wouldn't want this at all. So what we want is, we want this guy to route us to the sign in screen, not this screen. Do you guys get? We want it to take us to the sign in screen, not this screen, right? And it's very important we do that. So now, how do we do that? Now, what we need is, we need this ID, right? So we're going to come inside, you can do that anyway, but let's just do that inside this confirmation, right? It doesn't really matter what we're doing it, or on the second thought, let's do it inside this our sign in. So I'm going to copy, in this our sign in, everything we have here, would copy it. Then inside here, we're going to create, right, a dynamic stuff. So we're going to call this user ID, right, and hit enter. Then create a page .cxx and paste that here. Makes sense, right? So paste it here. Very important we do that. So now if we save, right, save. So if I come here now, I can call params, right? And this would be any. So if we now come here, we can now deconstruct and say user ID will be equals to params. Makes sense like this. Now, as we don't do this thing like this, wetin that now implies is that we don't get a URL wey go lead us to here. Now, how we go use now? So make I come here, put something like make I just duplicate this one, right? For rather than this link, I go say div. Then make I remove this. We go still remove this anyway, sha. So for here now, I go say dynamic route page, right? Then make we call the ID. So we'll say user ID. Now I save this. Now, Mosi. So if we come back to this code, if I come here and I do sign in, here go take me to the sign in. But if I do slash any other thing and hit enter, it go take me to this one where we just create. But make we see first. Build it's entering. Now you don't enter the dynamic side, but it never loads, so it's still a compile. And boom, exactly. So now this one now na the dynamic routing. So now wetin we want be this, right? Now how we go use one? You see this now, this thing, I go back to the back end, right? The side wey we dey use send email. Yeah, now they send email. So if you remember, see where we dey carry them come, right? No be him we go use again. So now this time around, I go remove this to use this our ID. So here now go be this sign in. So sign in slash this thing wey we dey get here. Make sense, right? Good. Now make we save. Once we save that, make I come here, refresh here, delete. In fact, make I just delete everything we get here so that this thing go be fast. So delete everything we get for this account. Make sense, right? So now make we come back to our register. So make I use Tunde and we use this Control A, Control V. So we click on that register. So compiling, right? It makes sense. Compiling. The moment we see message sent, we just come. I think this is our mail. No, not be this mail. Okay, we don't see message sent. Abi, makes sense. So we'll see notification here. Make I just remove this. Hit here, show. Now it don't show us, right? Now if I come here, if you look down here, you go see say the link don't change. Abi, makes sense like that. So wetin I go do now, if I click here, now the sign in page now it will take me to. Awesome. Now you dey see this URL, this ID. It makes sense like this. Abi, acute sense. Make sense. Okay, so now wetin we go come do? First off na say make I take am back to here. First off na say we must make sure say we make here a client component. So if we make here a client component, it makes sense, right? Good. The next thing again what we come do na say we need use effect from React, right? Now this guy be the koko, this use effect. So wetin we go come do now na say so we'll just call use effect. So inside use effect, make this thing run once. Now we'll come call this a function we go run. So we'll just create the function here. So if you say const um let me say const, so create or sign in user, no, verify user. Makes sense. Now remember say this function here or this thing here go need to fetch data. So if you say const let's say read or fetch user, let's say fetch user to be equals to, so I want to use the fetch function. Now this fetch function will take in a URL, right? Dot, of course I will pass in the method. So the method now it gets method. If you'd remember, once we move come here, right? So this thing now gets method, right? So first off, wetin be the URL? The URL, remember our URL now again, makes sense like this. If you remember, this thing will just be slash API slash, I think, what did we use? Create. So now wetin dey verify our account be this, right? This is the end, at the end point be this way they verify our account. So we just make this thing, I suppose use backtick. So if I use backtick, I go say slash API slash create slash dollar sign, then call that user ID, which is this ID, call am inside here. Now if I save, nothing relatively go happen. So we'll come back to our code. Nothing relatively go happen. Make we stay here, right? Nothing relatively go happen, right? But the next thing we will come do, remember say this thing no be this thing here no be wetin we go get from here no be JSON file, right? So we'll say dot then, so I'll just say res, then make you return res dot JSON. Okay, now wetin we get here will make sense. So right, if I copy this and do maybe console log oh yeah now, this one we won't come dey waste time. Console log, in fact I fit even come here do dot then here make I just say data. This my console log, come here call data, save this. At the moment this thing no dey run, so I fit comot here, rather this one no dey run, so I fit come inside here just to call that function, then make we save, right, and see wetin go happen. So make I open here, so make we patiently wait. Now use effect, as long as here go run, right, we suppose see something. So make I do return here, okay, so let me refresh here. Okay, yeah, brilliant. So now see wetin we dey get the data, amazing, right? So now the thing the reason why we put this thing inside use effect na say this code must run, right? Upon the loading of use effect, we dey say make this code run once. Of course we no need all here, we just call this thing, right, so that it go run, right? So that's the most important thing. So now make I delete this user and make we test this our process again. So I go come inside inside here. If I refresh, I go delete this user, then make we come to register. So inside register, I use Tunde back and use this Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, hit here. So my high dey here, we hit there, compiling, that way we go fix all these things then, right? Okay, so I want see mail sent. Now come back here, of course make I delete all this. So mail sent, okay, show me the mail. Now the mail be this. Now if I click here, it will take me here, right? So loading, load, boom. Now make we check whether this guy don dey verify. So if we come here, of course we need to see anything here, right? So make we refresh. Hula, you see say this man don dey verified. Awesome. So now the process be that. Now we fit come sign in. So wetin be this thing? Now the email be this. We put in this. We can now hit here, then it go sign us in. Now, of course, we never work on the sign in, right? We never work on that. So make we do that now. So for our sign in, we go dey use the next Auth package. This package dey sweet my belle. This package makes sense die, right? So na wetin we go use. I know say this video don dey take time, right? But as much as possible, I go dey fast with am. So first thing first, and to do the Auth, this next Auth, or to use next Auth dey super simple. So the first thing we go do na to say next Auth. So make we install am, just like the instructors here, right? The next thing we go do na to start to use am. That simple. But e make sense say you know how to read the documentation, because if you know how to read documentation, e go make your life dey super simple. So wetin I go do here na to we go use the documentary go small, right? So make we enter inside configuration, because the first way you go wan do, right, na to configure your stuff. Inside configuration, enter initialization, right? See this part here, copy am. If you copy am, see wetin dem tell you, see as you go put am inside app Auth, create Auth file, then na inside there you go put am. So now na my app be this. Inside this my app, I get API. So inside this API, I go create a folder called Auth. Inside this Auth, I go create another folder where I go spread and call next Auth. Inside this next Auth, I'll come create a file where I go call route.ts. Then paste that thing where I copy. So for here now, wetin I dey like do na to give here options, right? Now this guy go dey show red. Why? Because we never define this option. So now make we create that option. I'll come here, I go say options.ts. So I go say export const that option to be equals to an object. Now the one we wan use now na we'll come provider na credentials now we wan use. Later I go show na how we fit use do email and use other providers. So this one now we wan use. So make I first of all copy this one, come up here, paste, then come to this provider and copy. Inside here, I go paste this. So I go comot all these green biro wey dey here, or green write-ups wey dey here. I don't need them. Remove all of them. Okay, now we don't define all these things. We need to start with, okay, I dey see red biro here, so we'll go comot am. We'll come here, do this. We need to import this our options, right? Okay, so we import that options and save. Okay, now here don dey okay. So make we come here. This one will be our next Auth option. So make we say next Auth options. Okay, so inside here, one of the things we next Auth need na secrets. So for the secrets, if you just type anything, right? Just type anything. So that one now will play as our secret. Now to sign in, we say na email and password now we wan use. So I will say name here map to email. And the most important thing I need be that. Here now I go say name, make it be password as well. So this one now don't make sense. This label, I don't need them. This label as well, I don't need them. So I don't remove those things. Okay, make I comot this one and remove this one. By doing this, hula, the last thing we will need to do now this URL. Of course, this URL no be wetin we need. So make we just say const URL. Make I just say const make I call am end point to be equals to, remember our URL, right? From there, so we'll say make this be backtick, right? Slash API slash I think it's sign in we have. So now our endpoint to sign in be that. Now see first. Um, so load up. So sign in, right? So this thing we did here now, I go remove am, just call the end point. So you see API slash end sign in. Okay, so now be this makes sense like this. Now we don't get this information. So wetin we want again na say okay, inside there I go say pages and I'll say sign in to be slash, I think we used sign in. So this one ain't gonna be like our default sign in. Now when you did sign in, I want like a callbacks. So I go say async, right? Let it just return home. Okay, so make I look this thing to know wetin happen. So we'll come to callbacks. So in this my callback here, this thing look like say really load. Okay, done the load. So in this my callback, this network today just dey super amazing. Okay, so I go need this redirect. Yeah, so this is what I miss. Okay, async redirect. Okay, good. So that the moment I sign in, it go take no where I want am to take me to. So it will take me to home exactly. Okay, so now we don't do this thing. Make we come inside our stuff now, and so if you remember, anyway, make I do am small so that you go understand the process or the flow what they use for this. So now make I copy this. I come to sign in, right? So I come here. Okay, so at the moment whenever they use our sign in, however, if I do local, oops, if I do localhost 3000 slash API slash provider, sorry, auth slash providers and hit enter, it will take me to, it will show me all my provider. Now this side it will take me come, right? And then it will show me all my providers. Come on. So it will show me all my provider basically, but maybe there are the focus on. So where are the focus on basically now, make I get access to my sign in, right? My sign in button, right? At the focus on. So for me to get access to the sign in button, so that once I click my sign in, it go take me come my sign in gong. So for me to achieve that, inside this my component, so that my code go dey arranged, I will create a file. So there I will call am main section.txx. You see say e don carry us come here. So the part wey I dey talk about na sign in, hit enter. So if I hit enter, it will show me that my sign in button, right? Exactly. Okay, so brilliant, right? Because we don't do this, right? People hit that route, which is this route, it will roll us back to this our sign in window. So now waiting we want with that. The next thing what we can try do now say okay, make I get access to sign in, so that if I click this button, e go trigger this function here, then eventually sign me in, right? And that one go be the next thing what I go do. So how I go use achieve am? Remember say we don create this our main section. So make I do RAFCE so that we get that. Brilliant. So we don get this now. The next thing what I go do now say I will create an interface. I'll create an interface and say I main. So inside there, I will come say inside there now I will come say children to be React node. Good. So React node. So for here now I will say FC, which will be a React function, and do my I main. So make I pass or deconstruct the children from here. Brilliant. So this now will be section provider. Then why inside here I will just do children. Now this is a code snippet, right? So to some extent if you look like say some trick dey inside, but believe me, no trick dey inside. It is very clean and easy to learn. So wetin we go come do now to make sure say everything get access to this point. The best place to put am na inside this our layout. So for the layout, inside here I go just call this, do this here, then put this inside, so that every part of my code will get access to this function we just right now. If I save, my code no suppose crash, nothing suppose happen, everything suppose be fine. So make I just now why I dey see this now say I forget to do something, which now say inside this my main section, this my main section still be a server component. For this to work, I suppose make am a client component. So if I save now, everything will be fine. So good a thing say we get that error, right? So the error help us track this stuff we'll get here. So it's compiling, and when it's done, hopefully it should run fine. Okay, now we don do this thing, so make we come back to this our sign in. So make I close this API, come to this my Auth, come here, let's start from here. So inside here, two things we will do. The very first one we will need to do now say we need to capture make I come inside here. So we need to say name to be the email. Remember say this one supposed to be email, and the password, so most say name go be password. So make we change this thing back to password, right? The type na password. So the button will get a type of submit. Makes sense. Then this our form now. So make I just say action go dey equals to maybe yeah. So we'll say sign in user. Okay, so that guy go dey shout for us. So we'll just say const this is equals to this. Awesome. So this part here, need to be client file. So make I save. So if I save, I really no get any issue, but make I come here say form data map to form data. So inside there again we will say email. So make I say const email dey equals to form data dot get email. Okay, so we'll say so this one will be password. Makes sense. Okay, so first thing first, now for us to say console.log email comma password. So make we dey sure say we dey get them. So make I just do Ctrl Shift I to bring up my terminal. So here put this Ctrl A, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Make I remove this, click. Okay, so still loading. Oh yeah, no, I don't do now. Okay, so they get wetin we type here. That's good. Now we'll come do the sign in. So we'll take the sign in from this side here, which is this sign in, right, from the credential. So I'll come here, I go say sign in, right? Not sign in user, but sign in, and it should be coming from React Auth, I mean a next Auth React, right? And there they come from sign in. Now this guy will take in two arguments. The first argument will be what kind of provider are we using? We're using the credential, I mean the first. Then why the second one will be the payload, and our payload now email and password. And so very simple. Now this same thing we will do here, right? We need to do them for this our other screen, right? So make I come here, so I fit do them anywhere, no really matter, right? So make I put this here, come copy here and go to my form, paste that. So this supposed to be email. Then I will say name equals to email. Then come here, password. So name equals to password. And of course I will say password. Then lastly we get button. So button will be of type submit. Okay, so now the two don't align, right? Makes sense like this. Okay, so this sign in might be the last thing, right? So I need to import this sign in. So why that guy they struggle to load up, make I just copy this one here and paste it, and everything is now fine. So just to dey sure say wetin we do here they work. So I go come here, type this Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and we'll come inside is our option, and inside there make I console log, or rather if there's user, make we console log that user. Save that, right? You don't dey saved. Then now make we come here, come hit this. So if we hit and we'll see whether we see the user. If we see the user, it then means that our sign in it's working. If we not see the user, problem fit dey show, right? So first off, make we refresh here to dey sure say e dey work. Hula! You dey see am, right? Good. So, and the moment you don sign us, e take us come the user. Makes sense. So wetin we go do now na say if this user sign in, right, make here be logout. So we will come inside the header now, which is here. So inside the header, I go first of all say make here be client component, right? So if there don't be client component, I will now say section is equals to use section. Makes sense. Then now this use section, so make I just say let this use section will be this, right? So so rather than we just saying section, so make I feel make I first of all just put node here. So more see wetin be this section, more see wetin be that section. So if we refresh, or if I just refresh this, so I believe say section will get, okay, good. Okay, so section gets data. Okay, so it's still a load because at the moment we dey see loading now, we don't get the data. So we get authenticated. If I drop and down, we dey see, make I see. Okay, so we dey see user, but we no dey see any data inside user. Okay, so make we fix that issue. So inside our options, wetin we need to do na say, so make I just remove this. We need to deconstruct and spread user. Of course, we need name. So that one will be user.data.name, and we need email, right? So that one will be user.data.email. Okay, so makes sense like this. So we don't spread them out. So we need to log out. So if I come here, if I do localhost 3000 / API / auth / sign out. So this thing now will give us our sign out, the sign out function, right? But we know if they do this thing like this. Oops, so it's do here. Slash. We know if they do like this, right? So what we will do now to call the sign out, right, from that our React, from that our next auth React, right? Next auth React. So make our come here do / sign out. So now the sign out be this. Now if I click on this, it will automatically sign me out. Makes sense. So now if I do this, there will be no user anymore. So if I open this, you'll see data null, status authenticated. Makes sense. So now what we will do, instead of us to work like that, that's our sign out. Instead of us to do like that, right? I will remove this. Then inside here, I will call on click and call that sign out. Brilliant. So once we do this one will make sense. This one will be fine. Okay, so make we come to sign in and make we check again whether we will fit sign in. Okay, so if I hit here, Control C, Control V, then hit here, I don't click on the sign in button. So if everything works fine, you'll carry me go home screen. But then I think so make we see, so still loading, authenticated, right? So if we open and now we don't see data inside our user. So they see the name and the email, makes sense. So what we can do now say because there is a name, so we feed now say um so section dot data, right, dot user, right? So makes sense like this. So section dot user dot, so why is this guy showing me? Okay, so make I do or undefined. So either of them. So for so we don't need this anymore. For the side where they show the name, I think now here. So if you just user dot data dot name, to save that, so that's here supposed to show us the name of the user. Sorry. So this, yeah. So this one here go load in the name, yeah, which is Tunde. So or make I just say, and to avoid this red barrel they show you. Okay, so that's good. So now they see sign out here. So if I click here, it will sign us out. So now make we put now, okay, so if I click here, it will sign us out, right? So rather would they see sign in here, make sense, then we'll not go see the name here. Brilliant. So don't sign out, right? But since we still did this landing page, so how we use fix that? Make we come, so we'll use the simple way, right? In our next class we'll try a more cooler way.